I dedicate the political ideology of Anbu Udhayam Party to our Republic of India and my fellow 147 crore citizens. Sembootsei M.Subash Babu President Anbu Udhayam Party. As the president of the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi Sembootsei M.Subash Babu I also have a price in my politics. But I am being in politics now also only by renouncing that price. At the circumstances, only if I gave up that our political policy stability. Will I gain a place and identity for myself in politics here, is a situation. Other than this in politics, I have nothing else to lose. But also, what I have to lose in our politics is my political integrity, and if I lose that, afterwards here my politics existence and the fact that Anbu Udhayam Kachchi has newly entered politics will become meaningless. That is, the political foundation of Anbu Udhayam. Its fundamental strength. If that were not the case, now how could I have brought such matters before to you so boldly and openly like this at the government administrative level? That is, the approach of Anbu Udhayam's political integrity. In a democratic country, regardless of how the government, that is, the ruling party that runs the government, functions, there is no anyone alternative opinion that the officials working from within the government structure must be loyal to that government. That is the duty of a government servant. But at the same time, as a citizen and a democrat in a democratic country, they must also participate in fulfilling their democratic duty who elect their representatives regarding the ruling party and its opposition party that to run their government next coming 5-year terms in election through their political rights. This is the duty of a democratic citizen. They must balance it in these duties. Only when they work so will everything function correctly in the administration of the government and in the democracy of the system of a country with the participation of the social structure. When I as a Democrat as a citizen of democratic country India observe that now here's the election practice, how the democratic participation and administrative contribution of those in the election conducting department is, I can understand that, it is in a very pathetic and dangerous state in a democratic country. In the attitude of the officials working in government, because the government is elections. And change of power, change of ruler, change of party, all these things are assumed to be something for the backward, normal, crushed, downtrodden, marginalized, oppressed, suppressed, weak sections and helpless people in the society and country, and those officials conducting the elections act as like if they have no connection to it. The officials in the election department do not practically set up, adopt in the field a serious election monitoring approach and functions even during election periods. They do not operate with full commitment in the field in an administrative manner. The electoral processes in a democratic country will function properly only when all the officials involved in election duties the reality that, when we step outside our office workplace, we are also one of the people. Our country is India. Since independence after declared republic country over the years, how many people would have entered to the political arena in India so far? They would have all made their political contributions for this country. They would have even made all their records at the party level. But, if we look at how many people's identities are have still visible here, it's clear that like this all the identities of those who came like that have been concealed. Here is what the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi has understood that. What is this politics happening here in reality is here if you see that it's an anarchic undemocratic atrocity by ruling party and opposition party together in the country India. In reality it is not a politics. However, those who came to politics in democratic manner would have left politics without even knowing the causes that What their political identities were concealed here? Why were they concealed? For what purpose were they concealed? Who concealed them? How did they hide it? But first and foremost, in this matter Anbu Udhayam Kachchi wants to impressly makes here its political democratic seal, in it the country India. And that is why understanding of about the politics and with clarity on democratic practice with an administrative approach to this letter is being written by the President of Anbu Udhayam Kachchi. Sembootsei M.Subash Babu, I detailed clearly to the Election Commission of India. If, no matter what field it is, an individual's condition does not exist, does not remain, in his whole lifelong prosperity, is just like that. In it there will be ups and downs. Those who are take this for granted and go about their daily lives, as side a few in this matter a bit deeply, when some person self-evaluates themselves. And in it when things beyond their merit, ability, and character, when it happened what happened good stuff to them personally, that is, those who have status, wealth, influence, fame. Identity of the celebrity, position, and power, his, in order to is their disposal retain continuously it, to be not lose it, and in the fear that it might slip away from them. They resort to such these types of corrupt, fraudulent, illegal, immoral, improper, unethical and contradictory acts. This is natural for people like them. This is the greatest curse of individual in the society in world. They are unable to accept, unable to tolerate any progressive development changes that naturally occur in country, in society and in the individual's life of others during those respective periods in the world. Such people, who have not yet attained the maturity commensurate with their age, knowledge and experience, and the mental fortitude to integrate with world life in the level of individual, society and country, still have it achieved it even after entering in the public life being. It would be manageable, it would be bearable others if this mindset of such people in politics ended with them. But in democratic country, they teach this to their successive generations as family heirs and political successors. With this they pass it on continuously. This is the greatest curse of in a democratic country in politics. This is why Anbu Udhayam Kachchi think new arrivals are needed there in politics at every period and at every stage in each generation. But the interesting things here it's just that a matter of how it should be. But here also, people who are famous and successful in other fields, those entering in politics, thinking of that it is a way to elevate, to lift up theirs development, status and influence as the next level in their personal lives, like this. It could be a matter of pride for them if they came to politics. But so it is not going to give of no benefit to anyone else. This is the greatest curse of celebrity in every field. The inappropriate life circle of those who have achieved, received lifestyle beyond their means in the world. All of these things what I have known from my life experience with the people I have come across, shared by me to us, the President of the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi Sembootsei M.Subash Babu I. And these are the only reasons why I remain that have shaped my mindset to be moderate in politics. This has always been to serve as a protective shield for me to conduct, to do politics from within the country, territory that here. I am openly proclaiming these aspects of their personal political security to make themselves as their country, territorial political to the citizens not only of this democratic nation whichever type of regime countries in world. As a democratic citizen of the Republic of India, Sembootsei M.Subash Babu, I wish to ask a question to you my fellow citizens, you who are in a position to fulfill your democratic duty. What I ask of you the Election Commission of India is to please take a moment for me and ask yourselves as Democrats of the Indian nation. Do you consider any of the matters I have presented before you on behalf of the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi to be exaggerated? There is an answer to that, isn't there? That is the political nature of the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi. The president of Anbu Udhayam Kachchi Sembootsei M.Subash Babu I as a complete Democrat. While I was honestly engaged on behalf of Anbu Udhayam Kachchi in politics. Even though we were because of their maladministration handling undemocratically defeated to us from their atrocities by their representatives of the people, ruling party. Rulers eketa who are all elected through elections by our fellow people to us against the Constitution of India 1950 and Representation of the People Act 1951. I want to withdraw from politics now after have registered so far all those matters in the appropriate places in government structure every stages at every periods from time to time. Accordingly, in these political worse situations continuously facing by US, as I now withdraw from politics, I wanted to leave only after creating a deep sense of regret. A profound political expectation and longing among the citizens of Republic of India, that, we have failed to utilize his Anbu Udhayam Kachchi politics. The politics of his, Anbu Udhayam Kachchi, have been made impossible for us by our representatives of the people, ruling party and opposition party. Ruler and media eketa, that I wished that, even though without us, this political record of the current 21st century Anbu Udhayam Kachchi should remain at the level of the governmental structure of Republic of India. On that basis, in 21st century my democratic contribution, the era of Anbu Udhayam politics, which began on December 17, 2008, ends today, on August 15, 2025, the date of this letter now I am writing to you. Looking at how my political contribution, which began in 2008, concludes today in 2025, that all it reveals the democratic political justice of Anbu Udhayam Kachchi, in a democracy. Every citizen must receive their due justice within their period of their lifetime. Otherwise, nature, which would have found to know already these events and circumstances, will arrange it for them, that, according to Anbu Udhayam Political Holy Book of Politics, Part 6, Chapter 52, page 614, it is democratic political justice. It Anbu Udhayam is that politics is a continuous process that cannot stagnate at any stage, our politics and election in fieldwork. Democratic ideals have been fulfilled on the ground to the extent that I can conclude my political journey with lasting fully satisfaction in democracy and bid farewell. As per requested the show cause notice issued by the Election Commission of India on the 12th of August 2025 regarding our election contribution of the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi. I have reviewed party accounts, the details concerning the party's registration status and privileges. I hereby inform you that the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi has not received any such privileges, and that the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi has duly submitted respectively its annual financial statements to the Election Commission of India for the respective years from the registration of party's inception on the 13th of March 2013 until the 31st of March 2019. Since then, we have been running the party without any expenditure. Based on the matters sent to the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi in this show cause notice from the Election Commission of India, we are now being in a receptive mood in a position to accept any action you may take. On behalf of Anbu Udhayam Kachchi, we do not need to deny or respond to any of the matters contained herein. Therefore, I request that the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi be informed in due course about any action taken by the Election Commission of India in this matter. For a good political purpose and a serious elections cause of our Anbu Udhayam Kachchi, I have already lost, democratically enough of my own money and my personal life. That is much more than enough. But that was sufficient for my politics. Based on my party responsibility having our Anbu Udhayam Kachchi president, I had to spend for party under duress, all this personally. I am now ready to relinquish its party status and to be relieved its party responsibilities, our Anbu Udhayam Kachchi which is registered with the Election Commission of India. I wish to step down from this party leadership position of Anbu Udhayam Kachchi of the Election Commission of India, in response to your notice seeking explanation dated August 12, 2025. I take responsibility for the Anbu Udhayam Kachchi failing to duly submit this letter dated the 15th of August 2025, within the specified deadline. I have clearly stated here what I needed to say. Now I take my leave. Thank you for your cooperation so far. Yours lovingly, for Anbu Udhayam Kachchi, Sembootsei M.Subash Babu Founder President the 16th of September 2025. With this, as a fellow citizen of the democratic country of India. As a president on behalf of our Anbu Udhayam Kachchi, I bid you farewell with the satisfaction of conveying these details to you, my 147 crore fellow citizens. Thank you and best wishes. Your fellow citizen, Sembootsei M.Subash Babu, the 25th of February 2026. Anbu Udhayam Citizens Own Politics. Anbu Udhayam Political Justice. In a democracy, every citizen should get the justice they deserve within the period of their lifetime. Holy Book of Politics Part 6, Chapter 52, page 614.